Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy ALB, and I'm back again with another video. And I think this is, it's definitely the most common, not most common. I uploaded yesterday, and I've uploaded today, so I guess we're on a good streak of 2 days in a row. But today I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be reading and reacting to some of you guys' comments. I've been responding to them, but I felt like I should make a video actually like articulating what I wanted to say, because it's better to talk than to have to type out whatever you want to say, because you can't really capture everything. So we're gonna start with my album review. And before I even get into this, I just want to say thank you guys so much. The support has been crazy recently. My first ASMR video that I made, it just hit 1,000 views. I don't even know how that's physically possible, especially for my channel. I only have 87 subscribers, and speaking of that, we are coming up on 90. Like, when I restarted by doing YouTube, I forgot, I was either at 51 subscribers or 31 subscribers. That was like 5 months ago, and now I'm about to hit 90, and I just really appreciate all the support that you guys have shown me and stuff. But like I was saying, we're gonna start off with my album review. I'm gonna be responding to some of you guys' comments. So let's begin. Someone named Shitsu says, I respect your opinion, but FNN is still the best out of the album. I think it's probably my favorite Future song ever. I respect that opinion. I didn't really like FNN. My favorite song out of that album right now, I had responded that I like First Off and Going Dummy. I think my favorite song actually now might be Stick to the Models, which was kind of a subdued reaction in my actual like video. But the song just grew on me. I don't know why it did, but thank you for that comment, Shitsu, and I respect your opinion too, my sir. Now we're gonna go on to the most controversial video I've done, titled Dear Donald Trump. Woo! I've already seen some comments on here that I will address, but this is gonna get real good real fast. First comment, someone named TK Lawn Service, and this is actually weird because this guy likes like my other videos, but then he was saying some things on this, so I'm just gonna respond to these comments. It doesn't matter. TK Lawn Service, stop nuclear testing by North Korea. Actually, he did not. He went to North Korea 2 times. Both times he caved on negotiations with him. With Kim Jong-un. The second time he just went there. They were getting towards something, and then deals fell apart because I forgot what Trump wanted. But the deal ended up falling apart, and he ended up coming back home with nothing to show for it. So he did not stop nuclear testing by North Korea, and North Korea still very much is testing nukes. Best economy in 30 years, also by TK Lawn Service. That trend was ruined by George Bush and then reinstated by Barack Obama, because George Bush was the reason why the recession happened, because he didn't really do much in his final years in office. The recession happened, Obama took the economy, brought it back up. Donald Trump has really just continued that trend, I guess, but then he takes all the credit for it, which is something I don't agree with. Abnormal, I know who this is. That's my friend. I was offended by this nonsense. Anyone who liked or disliked this comment, he was joking. We already figured that out. Francisco Antonio Escobar Rojas says that, hi, I'm Hispanic and my English is not very well. That's fine, man. You're right. Hispanic people hate this stupid president. He's so racist. He hates the Hispanic people, and we don't know why. But you're right. Good vid, bro. A Hispanic tells you. Thank you very much. I already responded to this comment, but I just want to talk about it more here. He does lack intelligence, and he is very much racist. I don't know why that's up for debate. But thank you so much. I appreciate getting that approval from you, and yeah, I respect your opinion. I respect the fact that you agree with me. I respect the fact that anyone else disagrees with me. It doesn't really matter. We all are entitled to our own opinions. But thank you very much for this comment. K Money Cash, I also know who that is. People don't realize how important immigrants are to the U.S. And yes, that is factual. I feel like a lot of people don't really take into account how important immigrants really are, and how I would say about 95% of them are here to work and contribute to our economy and make a good living for their family in the process. So yeah, that is a factual statement. another comment from TK Lawn Service. Putting America first. Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, but you don't know what you're talking about. The only thing Democrats say is that he is racist, which he is not. He's way better than what Hillary Clinton would have done. Hillary Clinton got those soldiers killed in Benghazi. So, putting America first. I'm going to address that first. Yes, it is important as a U.S. president to put the United States first. But at the same time, you don't want to put us first to a point of where it feels like we're just isolating ourselves from the rest of the world, which is what I feel like Trump has been doing, because he pushes this America first narrative. I'm not president of France, I'm not president of Germany, I'm president of the United States. Yes, that is true. When you pull out of a climate accord that I forgot how many hundred something countries have all agreed to around the world and fighting a very real problem in climate change, that's not really necessarily putting America first. That's just your ignorancy and not realizing the real threat that global warming is to our country. I don't agree that I agree that he puts America first, but he does it in very much the wrong way. I don't know what I'm talking about. The only thing Democrats say is he's racist, which he's not. He's very much racist because when your first campaign announcement speech is that you're saying these people coming into our countries are rapists and they're bringing drugs, and you assume some are good people, that is classifying an entire racial group based on nothing but your own prejudices and xenophobia. That is very much racist, and the only things Democrats say is not that he's racist. They over and over, and some Republicans too, who have seen the stupidity over and over again, prove how stupid some of the things he says is, and they fact check him and stuff. So they don't only sit up there and claim that he's racist. He's way better than what Hillary Clinton would have done. Hillary Clinton got those soldiers killed in Benghazi. So I don't feel like I need to explain the whole history behind Benghazi. You guys can look that up for yourselves, but Hillary Clinton would have been a much better president than Donald Trump. I personally wouldn't have voted for her. If I could vote, I would have voted for Bernie Sanders. But Hillary Clinton just has that experience. She was Secretary of State. She was First Lady. She's just been in the White House. She's been around there. She would know a lot more about what she's doing. I don't agree with her policies with Syria and Russia establishing like a no-fly zone. I didn't agree with that because that would mean war. But at the same time, domestically, she would do a much better job of what President Trump is doing. And foreign policy wise, because she was Secretary of State and that was basically her job. And no, she did not get those soldiers killed in Benghazi. While there is a lot of blame to go around, Hillary Clinton did not conduct Benghazi entirely herself. There's a whole team of people who put together that operation. And because it went horridly, you can't blame the entire thing on Hillary Clinton just because she was running for president. That is not valid, that is not factual, and if you did more research, you'd realize that. But I do appreciate this comment, and I do see where you're coming from. Again, TK Lawn Service. Okay, I'm sorry, kid, but you need to stop listening to this information where you are getting it from. Where you are getting this from. You need to listen to Fox News and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham. People like that, sir, will set you out straight. He's done a lot of great things, and we're actually trading with China now thanks to Trump. Okay, stop listening to this information. Where you're getting it from, you need to listen to Fox News. Fox News is very good at stoking up fear and riled up Republicans who are sick and tired of being told that they're part of the problem and that they need to be politically correct. They are very good in stirring up fear and but when you tell me to listen to Sean Hannity, when as soon as Trump does something that is ridiculous, the man's almost immediate reaction is to turn to Hillary Clinton and use this sort of manufactured version of whataboutism to prove exactly why I should believe him and draw up this conspiracy board, the Clinton crime family or whatever.
You see all this here? We're going to untangle the giant web of Clinton scandals and corruption. It's unlike anything we have ever done on the show before.
Instead of tackling the real problem with the person who is in the White House, Donald Trump, and the person who's not. I just don't believe as a as a news source, because news sources nowadays, like Trump is kind of right when he says there's fake news, but he says it in the wrong way. He thinks that anything that disagrees with him is fake news. But the real fake news is when there are news channels, which are basically all of them now, who aren't focused on reporting the news on how they want it to. I mean, they aren't focused on reporting the news on how it is. They report it opinion based on how they feel like it, which is something I disagree with doing. But I feel like Fox News presents it in a pro-Trump way more than any other news source, well, besides like Alex Jones. But like, I feel like as a news channel, you shouldn't be over here drawing up conspiracies and trying to shift blame to someone who's not even president, when the person that you support, who is president, is constantly making mistakes and stuff. And they constantly try. That's the one thing I don't like about Fox. They always try to justify when he messes up. The other day, he called the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook. He called him Tim Apple. And then the first thing Trump does is he goes in a meeting saying that he said Tim Cook Apple, but Cook was very soft. And then he tweeted saying that I said Tim Apple to save words and time in the fake news media. Like, and then Fox goes on and they try to justify it. Instead of just writing it off on something that doesn't matter, oh, it was just a misspeak, I didn't mean to call him Tim Apple, I meant Tim Cook, I got it confused or whatever. Instead of admitting that, he goes and tries to justify in 2 different lies why he was right. And then Fox News sees that and they just automatically jump to his defense. It's almost like they're working for him. And that's something why I fundamentally don't agree with. I agree with if a president messes up, then the news should call him out for it. And if you shouldn't just go defending him. That's something that I fundamentally disagree with, and that is one of the many reasons why I will never watch Fox News. He's done a lot of great things. He really hasn't. He's just mostly continued some of Obama's things while fundamentally disagreeing with Obama and gutting some of the major healthcare systems and stuff that we already have that are here mostly because of him. So he really hasn't done that much great things. And we're actually trading with China now thanks to Trump. No, he created a trade war with China, and then I don't know exactly if we've gotten out of that trade war yet, but if we have, you can't justify Trump by saying he fixed a problem that he created. That doesn't make sense. If Obama, Obama is my idol, but if this man created like a trade war with another country and then got us out of that trade war, and then went around bragging about how we're trading with that country now, I would kind of sit back and be like, no, you kind of created the problem, so you can't give yourself props for fixing a problem that was created strictly because of you. So yeah, I don't agree with that either. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the comment, and I appreciate your reasoning and where you're coming from too. And now, here we go, the one that everyone has been waiting for, if you've seen this, if you've been in my comment section. This comment, I didn't read it all the way at first when I first saw it, and then I was at school, and I decided to sit down and take the time to read it, and I learned nothing of enlightenment. So, Latin Knuckles commented, this is a long one. Your generation is trying to destroy this country. As a Spanish man who grew up in the projects of New York City, unlike the luxury that you've grown up in, I see more prosperity from my people under this president than that piece of blank traitor that he replaced. Unlike Obama, Trump has brought unity to the people. The fortunate slave mentality that your parents are racing you under will teach your little blank to be a victim the rest of your life. But go ahead and feel free to continue with your cotton-picking, Dixie-crack common sense logic. Go ahead and open up a history book and learn about why you got cotton-picking common sense. It's time to stop the miseducation of our children. Why don't you ask your parents why did they vote for Hillary Clinton, whose teacher and mentor was a KKK Grand Wizard, Robert Byrd. I looked up, okay. Whew, that was a lot to unpack. First of all, I'm going to go backwards actually. I looked up Robert Byrd, did not find anything factually saying that he was a KKK Grand Wizard, and if he was, you can't attribute someone that you don't agree with. You can't like attribute them to the fact that their teacher had done something bad. Like I had a 7th grade social studies teacher named, I'm not even gonna name him. I had a 7th grade social studies teacher who was actually great at like seeing both points of the argument, but a lot of kids thought he was a Trump supporter when a lot of kids thought he was a Trump supporter because he didn't outright come out and say, "Oh, I don't like Donald Trump." So a rumor speculated that he was a Trump supporter. I never believed that he was, but if I one day found out that that teacher is a Trump supporter and happened to be a sexual predator, though I liked the teacher, that doesn't make me a Trump supporter who is a sexual predator. Do you see what I mean? Because Hillary Clinton happened to have a teacher who may or may not have been a KKK grand wizard according to you, does not mean that Hillary Clinton is a racist KKK grand wizard. So I don't know why you put that there, but one of them has nothing to do with the other. Why don't you ask your parents why did they vote for Hillary Clinton? My mom voted for Hillary Clinton because it was either her or Trump. There was no other option. She didn't vote in the primaries for Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. She went to the United States election, which was Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. She agreed more with Hillary Clinton, so she voted for Hillary Clinton. It's time to stop the miseducation of our children. I don't even really have much to say about that because, I mean, we're not really being that much miseducated. There's a lot of things that the history books and stuff will teach you that are brushed over or that are falsified, but it's up to us to do our own research. But because I grew up forming my own party allegiance to the Democratic Party does not mean that my generation is being miseducated because we disagree with you. I don't think that's how it works. Your generation is trying to destroy this country. Again, because you found a 14, about to be 15-year-old kid on the internet who happens to fundamentally disagree with everything you believe in does not mean that my entire generation wants to destroy this country. And because my generation, the generation that I come from, and the kids my age who are politically like active, who actually like share political beliefs and aren't over here eating Tide Pods, we actually believe in a more progressive agenda, and we believe that climate change is a real thing, and we believe all these other things, which can work out to be bad in your favor from what I'm seeing, because it seems like you are super far right from this comment. A Spanish man who grew up on the projects in New York City, unlike the luxury that you've grown up in, I see more prosperity under these people than this. Okay, so Spanish. I'm pleased to learn that you're a Spanish man from the projects of New York City. The fact that I live in luxury is not, first of all, I don't live in luxury. I do not come from a rich family. My family is not rich. My mother has 2 jobs right now and she works and gains. She's actually, isn't that funny? She's an immigrant. And she, you seem to notice the luxury that I live in, provided by an immigrant. You want to know why it was provided by an immigrant? Because immigrants work hard. My mom is a hard-working immigrant who has been more than happy to blend into our American culture and provide a decent living for the kids that she raised, and is currently working 2 jobs right now and stressing every single day to make sure that I am able to go to a good school, to make sure that I have clothes on my back, to make sure I can get the finer things in life, to make sure I can get shoes that I want, to make sure I can get this camera, make sure I can get this laptop. She has been the most hard-working, courageous person I've ever met in my life. And your xenophobic attitude towards immigrants, as a minority, you know that, I hope you would know that we've had to work harder than everybody else when it comes to getting a decent life in this country. And I hope you understand that the luxury that I'm provided did not come, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. My mom has had to work to raise her kids, and happened to raise me in a good way, and happened to be able to get money to buy all the things that you see here. So I extremely disagree with that point. I see more prosperity from my people under this president than that piece of blank traitor he replaced. Okay, I don't know how Obama was a traitor. I don't recall him committing treason at any point, but he wasn't a traitor. And I'm happy for you that you see more prosperity from your people under this president, but just because the people that you know, because you say your people like you know every single Spanish person in the United States, because the people who happen to be in New York with you that you know are able to find jobs and are able to succeed, does not mean that this guy's policies are attributing that to every single Spanish person. Because if you just look, you can see that he discriminates against the wide majority of Spanish people that don't happen to be working for him, because it came out that he had illegal immigrants working on his facility, yet he's the top voice against illegal immigration. Yeah, because that's how that works. Unlike Obama, Trump has brought unity to the people. Okay. No. I refuse to. No. And it's not even that I refuse to believe it. It's just fundamentally wrong. This country has been the most divided it's been in recent history over the past 3 years, strictly because of this president. You've seen an uproar in racial, not hate crimes, but there have been some hate crimes, and racial, like, upheaval and racial, like, expression because of this president. You've seen the Charlottesville rallies, you've seen alt-right, you've seen all these different things come to fruition because of this president. I don't know how that's unity or more unity, because I recall growing up with Barack Obama as president, we have never been a perfectly all in allegiance, all agreeing country, and that will never happen. But at least the racial tones in the racial upheavals were definitely on a lesser stage when Barack Obama was president. But when you have a new president who comes in making inflammatory statements almost every week about some kind of racial group or something stupid, then you're going to see a spike and an increase in division in this country. And I don't know who told you that there's unity to the people when there's not, but I have no clue where you got that from. The fortunate slave mentality that your parents are racing you under will teach your little A word to be a victim the rest of your life. Okay, the fortunate slave mentality. I find it funny how you bring up slave to a black kid on a video, but okay, and you continued with that trend. First of all, do not come at how my parents raised me, because obviously the way my parents raised me has formed how I think today. And I'm not here typing behind a keyboard screaming at you for a reason, because I know better than that. And I know if I physically disagree with you, I will actually take the time to not sit behind, well, I mean, I kind of am still sitting behind the screen, but even if I am, I'll take the time to respect you and where you're coming from, because that's how I was raised. So the fact that you want to try to come at how my parents raised me because I disagree with you is frankly horrifying. And it gives a perspective on how people can feel so high and mighty because they have a screen blocking them. And you notice the way I'm talking to you. I would talk to you like this even if we were having a formal face-to-face conversation, because I'm respectful. And that's how I was raised. So I don't know what you're talking about, this slave mentality that your parents are raising you under will teach me to be a victim. I know I'm not a victim. I obviously don't have... I'm not a member of a Latino family who was trying to make a living in this country, who happened not to have all their papers in order and were deported for no reason. I don't come from that. I don't know what that's like, but I know that it's a very real thing that affects people, and that you can be worried about something that doesn't directly affect you. You can comment on something that doesn't directly affect you, because if you couldn't, Donald Trump wouldn't be able to say a word in his life. And I've said that before, and I still agree with that, because some of the things that he talks about and is fundamentally wrong on has no correlation to him, but he still talks about it. Why? Because you have that power in this country. So I don't know where you're coming from with this one, but I disagree. Teach me to be a victim. Go right ahead and feel free to continue with your cotton-picking Dixiecrat common sense logic. The common sense logic part, I don't know why you're insulting me for using common sense, but cotton-picking Dixiecrat, the Dixiecrats were a far wing of the Democratic Party back before the party switch, when Democrats were in the South and Republicans were in the North. The Dixiecrats were a far extreme group of Southern Democrats who wanted to go back to slavery, who wanted to keep segregation, who were talking about forced busing was an assault on states' rights, and who were talking about Brown v. Board of Education was inherently wrong and stuff, and the decision was bad. Dixiecrats are basically what the far-right conservatives are today. And you use cotton picking and Dixiecrat in the same sentence. So you said that I'm basically a slave who wanted slavery. I don't know if you know what the word Dixiecrat means, but you kind of failed on this one. Go ahead and open up a history book and learn about why you got cotton picking common sense. There you are with the racism again. Again, I don't understand how, because you're behind a screen, you feel like it is inherently okay for you to be racist towards me. I'm not even gonna say towards a kid, because that just sounds like I'm being a victim, but towards anybody realistically, because that just doesn't make sense to me. It's time to stop the miseducation of our children. I already addressed all that other stuff. So basically, Latin Knuckles, I don't know where you came from with this. This is a very racist comment, and a very, I'm pretty sure I've disproved everything you've talked about in here, and I fundamentally disagree with whatever you just put in my comment section. And the two people who have responded to you, I hope you've read it, but those people are incredibly close to me, and they obviously know more about me than you probably will ever in your entire life, because you don't stop to get to know a person before you characterize and be racist towards them. And that's why we're in this problem. Because if you took the time to stop, and if you took the time to be like, okay, let me get to know this person before I characterize and be racist towards them, then we could get off to a better start. Because this is what you decided to come with. I've decided to respond and disprove everything that you've said. So I hope you enjoyed that. Alright, now we move on to my most popular video ever, apparently, my ASMR video. It is currently at 1,046 views. I never thought that that could even happen when I decided to restart YouTube. I never thought I'd have a video that would get that far, and to everyone who's watched and to everyone who's subscribed, thank you very much. I very much appreciate you guys, and I'll be reading some of the lighter toned comments from this one. Drew Weagle says, this video helps me sleep when I can't, with my life being baseball and not many ASMR baseball videos out there, and you're a kid my age and not a pro, so it makes it even better. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you very much for this comment. I'm glad to find out that you're my age and you also love baseball. That is amazing. That's what I aim for. And hey, I don't know what to say. It's an amazingly positive comment. I very much appreciate it, and thank you so much, Drew Eagle. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Denny Master says, this helps me sleep when I can't do. Thank you. No problem, man. I'm definitely gonna make more ASMR videos. I'm not gonna fully convert into an ASMR channel, but there will be more ASMR videos. I think Baseball ASMR Part 2 will be coming out this week because I got some new equipment and I'll be making sounds with those. So I'm gonna do that. Evan Olch, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Hey man, solid video, nice bat. Also props for making the jump to ASMR. It's pretty cool seeing younger dudes like you doing cool new ideas. Thank you very much for noticing that, because my entire preface, my name is ALBMDE. I was gonna, let me explain the thing behind my name. I was going to make it ALBOE, meaning a little bit of everything. But then I was talking to my friends about it, and they were like, yeah, Team Albo is already a thing. So I was like, alright, yeah, no, we're gonna do that. So I just did ALB, and then MDE stands for multi-dimensional entertainment. It says it in my bio. That just means we do different things. We are not stuck to one. I'm not stuck to one label. I'm not a gaming channel. I'm not an ASMR channel. I just do whatever I feel like, and that can be on a spectrum anywhere in between ASMR and gaming and whatever else you can think of. If I feel like doing it, I'm gonna put it on my channel, and I hope you guys love it. And thank you for noticing. Nice bat. It is a nice bat, but I actually got a new one, and I have a wood one now. and that will be in the part 2 of the ASMR one. TK Lawn Service, the guy who was disagreeing with me in the other comment, not the really racist one, but the one that I already disproved. Then he says, great video, make more of these, please make more like these. Yeah, thank you very much. See, this is the kind of thing I like to see. I like to see the fact that I can fundamentally disagree with the person, but there can still be something good in there that we can still connect on. And I just love the fact that you enjoyed my video and you still decided to say something about it, even though you were disagreeing with me on my other one, and I very much appreciate that. Jade Wellard, I've watched a few of your videos before this one, but this one made me sub. Good job, bro. Thank you very much for subscribing. I very much appreciate you. He actually hit me up on Snapchat yesterday, and he seems like a really cool guy. Or female. I don't know. I don't know anyone's gender, but thank you very much, and thank you for subscribing. Sam DMH Peacock says, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you for existing. I will keep existing, and you're welcome. Thank you for this amazing comment. I like it. I like the positivity, and I think that's about where we'll end off today. End off on a more positive note after I had to go into my other tyrant or whatever you can call it. But thank you guys so much for subscribing, and the support on my channel has been insane over the past couple days. I really appreciate this. And I put on my Snapchat, if you hadn't added me yet, I guess I'll put my username in the description, but we're on a mission. And I know 88 subscribers is nothing special, 1,000 views is nothing special, but the fact that I'm able to get that from where I started, because I started when I was really little, and then I kind of went through a bad thing and I stopped everything, and I came back, and to find out that there's still people out there who are willing to take a chance on my small channel and support me is very amazing, and it's very inspiring. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, drop a sub, leave a comment, tell me what you thought about this video, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Have an amazing day, and peace.